Hi guys, and welcome back to TOUCAN Tarot, and today we're going to be doing a super cool reading, and it's Do They Miss You? So we're really going to kind of channel in. I'm going to try and get some messages through for you about what's going through their mind. So the first thing I want you to do is take a really deep breath in and out, and just take some real deep breaths, and I want you to think about the person that you want these messages to come through from. For those of you that haven't watched my channel before, I predominantly read through my guides. So really the tarot decks act as just triggers, and I do have Latran here with us today, and of course Toucan always around and protecting. But yeah, we're gonna just dig in and try and get as many messages for you as possible. Thank you so much, first of all, to all my new subscribers. It's so humbling and cool. It still fascinates me how many people watch my videos. I think it's great. And it's just, if any help of any way that I can be on your journey, I'm on my own journey to light. So that's all I'm doing, is I'm constantly learning and hopefully helping others along the way. But it'd be lovely to hear from you. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and of course do like the video if it resonates with you. But most importantly, do write a comment below as well, because I really love to hear from you guys, and it brightens my day. But let's get cracking, shall we? So we've got 3 beautiful crystals to choose from here, and I want you to just have a look at these and see which one resonates. First of all, we've got fire and ice crystal, which is so beautiful. And this is actually a point, so this is fire and ice quartz. Crystal number 2, we've got amethyst, beautiful amethyst point there. Crystal number 3, we've got beautiful amazonite. So whichever resonates with you, and if you want to skip ahead right now, you can find the timestamps down below in the comments pinned, so you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, just sending so much love and light to you all. Thank you for all the support already, and let's just get cracking, shall we? Great stuff. So we have crystal number 1, crystal number 2, and crystal number 3. And I'm going to start off with those of you that chose crystal number 1, which is the fire and ice quartz point. So let's start with that. Hello guys, today we're looking at who misses you, not who misses you, sorry, do they miss you? A little bit different than who misses you, but do they miss you? So this person you're thinking of, I want you to keep them at the forefront of your mind right now. But you chose this beautiful fire and ice quartz point, and it's interesting because this stone really speaks of new beginnings and profound growth. So let's see what this reading has in store for you and what messages we can get through. I've already picked the cards for pile. I actually started recording and I didn't realize it stopped. I went on and started your reading. So I'm going to keep to the cards that obviously I did pick. But to start with, we had the 7 of shells, we had the Knight of shells, we had the 6 of feathers, and we had the shaman. So these were the first ones that I pulled for you. And so we've got 7 of shells, which is 7 of cups, Knight of shells, Knight of cups, 6 of feathers, which represents swords, and then we've got the shaman, which most would say the Hierophant, depending what deck you're using. So super interesting. I mean, in answer to your question, they do miss you. They do miss you. That's definitely the strong message that's coming through, and that's what I'm getting through from my guide as well. And they really kind of feel, and that in their mind, this is what I'm seeing overall. In fact, I'm feeling is that they felt that they worked as hard as they could. That's how this connection or relationship kind of parted ways, in the sense that you felt like you gave everything that you could, and what I'm hearing is that they did as well. You may disagree with that, but in that moment, and how their mind and everything was aligned for them, they truly thought that and truly believed that they kind of gave it their all. But yeah, they definitely do miss you. There's a lot of, they think of you with quite a lot of passion still. We see that with the Knight of Shells here, and all I'm getting is definitely they were quite charming, certainly around you. That's how they felt around you. They could be that charming person quite easily. Just to point out, when I say he, she, whatever relates to you, of course, but yeah, definitely you ignited that thing in them, that they felt they could just be so relaxed and charming and passionate, and they definitely reminiscing over that without a shadow of a doubt. And what's coming through is that it's almost like they're having new insights, so they're thinking about you, and they're analyzing and going back and looking at the situation and reanalyzing it. So but with a new pair of eyes, you know, at that moment, as we mentioned here, they really did believe that they kind of gave it their all, but they're looking in a bit and perhaps questioning that now. Because they're looking at it with a fresh pair of eyes, and there's definitely a transition that we see. I mean, we've got the Six of Feathers, which is the Six of Swords, and look at this beautiful dragonfly there. But yeah, we're definitely seeing there's a success to how they're thinking here. You know, they're searching and they're looking into it deeper. And you know, when a person does that, it's because they have deep feelings, you know, otherwise they wouldn't bother. So again, of course, this person is definitely definitely misses you and is definitely thinking about you, so much so that they're reanalyzing what went wrong and what could have happened there. And then the shaman was drawn, and you know, with this speaks real, of course, it connects to our spiritual and our higher self, and divine wisdom and spiritual power, and really what's coming through the message is, again, it just confirmed what came through in the previous cards and the previous message from the guides, is that they really are going within to think about you. You know, it really is quite a big thing. You're all that's on their mind at the moment, and not just on their mind in this reality, but they're going within and really trying to search for answers, which is lovely. So I hope this is what, well, you came here saying, do they miss you? So I imagine you want them to, and I'm so happy for you, because they really do. And not only are they just, you know, missing you, but they're really analysing things. We then pulled the Ace of Feathers and Queen of Feathers as well. So let's just have a look at what these offer. Again, you know, first of all, a lot of feathers coming through. So a lot of battles in their mind about, again, and it's just, you know, affirmation of what we spoke about earlier, is it's this battle in their mind of, you know, thinking what went wrong and so forth. But there's definitely, and we see that with the Ace of Feathers, you know, there's a real mental clarity all of a sudden. And again, we spoke about the fresh eyes here, and it's a new mental clarity and a new vision. Is they're seeing things again with fresh eyes, and they're looking at things very differently to how they were here. But again, they professed that they did everything at the time, because they really did. Remember, we all grow and we all evolve, and they have done just that. And this is what they're doing with you in mind at the moment. And there's a lot of truths coming out. We've got the Queen of Feathers here as well, you know. And again, it's a case of perception, isn't it? And the message that's coming through, yeah, it's this perception, and it's a perception of how you look at things. And all I can say is they're just looking at it all with fresh eyes. The whole spread is that message. Let's look. I'm really drawn to pull some Moon of the Oracle cards here and delve a little bit further in. But guys, yes, this person super misses you. And they're really, really, you know, soul searching as to what they could have done. So let's have a look now and see what the oracles. So we've got focus. Again, they are very focused on you. This is a message, and it's been confirmed by my guides. This is direct from them. They're very focused on you at the moment. We've got attraction, huge attraction. Again, it just goes with everything. And extremes, because they are going to the extremes. They're missing you to the extreme. This is someone that isn't just missing you, but is trying to figure out in their mind how they can make it work again, what went wrong, and how they can make it work again. So I definitely, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, and again, just confirming with my guides that this is all beautiful, beautiful stuff. You know, you really are on the forefront of their mind. The message could not be stronger. So definite thumbs up for that one, guys. But yeah, they can't help but feel this huge, we see the attraction, you know, we've got the supermoon. Oh, one of my favourite periods for the moon is when we see the supermoon. There was one recently, and it's just so, you're just drawn to it, and this is how they are to you. They're just so drawn. But again, they're incredibly focused in an extreme way about looking in at what happened with your relationship. I'm going to draw some whispers of love as well. And let's try and get some messages directly from them. And guys, if my guides could help me out as well, that would be great. Let's have a look. This is really super positive though. I'm so happy for you. Oh, we've got a couple here. So we've got physical touch. Oh, And we've got the Union Hearts, you know, it just says it all. They absolutely want to be back together with you, and they absolutely miss you. They miss your touch, they miss you physically, as well as mentally. And we've got the Union of Hearts, a love connection defies explanation, you know, and this is why they're going in so much, because they have tried to get you off of their mind, but they just can't, and they know that this is a strong connection. And again, you know, it does defy explanation. But look at those beautiful, beautiful souls entwined, and this is what they're yearning for. You know, they want to, and the biggest message that's coming through from here as well is it does defy explanation, but they want you to know this growth. You see these beautiful souls here, and you know, it's represented by, they've actually got roots and they're trees, and it's very nature, and you know, they want you to know that they want a deep connection, and that they really are changing, and there is so much growth happening. And that's a very big message coming through, and I can confirm that. The guides have said the same. It's all pointing that way. Physical touch, a tender touch can mean so much. They're just yearning for you guys. This person is yearning for you. Oh, so romantic and lovely. And definitely, you know, for whatever went on, obviously this isn't a reading about what happened, it's whether they miss you, and the answer is yes. And we can, you know, I can certainly do a private reading, if you like, with some help into what happened back then and your side and feelings. I've just opened up my private reading, so you can see all the details below. But, you know, whatever did happen, all I can tell you is that there's huge growth here with them. And it's all that's occupied them to the extreme. They've been extremely focused on working out how to fix this, and they miss you dearly. And there's been a lot of inward, you know, them going inward, which is beautiful to see, and really soul searching about this. But they're so passionate about you, it's incredible, and they miss you in every way. They miss you in every way. I'm going to pull some little fairy card oracles as well for you, and let's see what messages come through. But isn't this just a lovely reading? I can't give you any more than this. It's beautiful, and hopefully what you were looking for. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Look in a book, and we've got fairy spotting. So these are messages from the fairies. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you will find will bring the insight you seek. So do just that, guys, you know, and that's not, I mean, they do miss you. You don't need to worry about that question. But having known all this, what we've just mentioned, and the messages that have come through from the guides, you know, what the question that's on your mind next, start reading. Start going within. And this book isn't just in the physical format, although my guides are telling me that you do need to read a lot more. It's good for your soul. So definitely a message to actually do pick up physical books. But this is speaking also of going within, and your own book and your own knowledge within you. You know, your higher self has all the answers for you. You just need to connect with her, is what my guide's saying. So, or him, whichever, you know, you connect with. But yeah, so really look inside. Look in a book, firstly, and also look inside as well. We've got fairy spotting. These cards are so beautiful, by the way, aren't they? They're so lovely. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. I love that. I'm going to read that one more time so it resonates. It's time to go fairy spotting, this bit. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. And this is a message coming through for you in particular. And it's, you know, whether this person's going to be able to prove to you, you know, that this new path is them and is what's happening. You're going to be quite resistant, but you have to remember that, you know, it's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite, believing is seeing. So, you know, take a leap of faith. I'm super drawn. I'm going to pull you. I didn't plan on this, so bear with me. I'm going to disappear for a second. One of Work Your Light Oracle cards here. But yeah, so the message coming through is, you know, I think you need to give this a go, if that's what your heart's telling you. And again, you know all the answers. Go within. Look inside yourself. You know more answers than I've given you here. And what I'm hearing is you knew that they missed you. It's just you wanted that confirmation. But your higher self knows far more than even my guides do about you. So that's the biggest thing they're saying is, you know, you need to really go within. And if you already do go within, you need to go heavier. So yeah, definitely put your foot down. on self-discovery and connecting with your higher self. We've got protection, call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. Do call back your power. And there's something in this that it's as if you give yourself away too easily, is what's coming through sometimes. And you needn't, you need to kind of take back that power for yourself. And with this person, that's not necessarily needed because, they come very much in peace and knowing you as you are. But definitely what your own, and this is a message directly for you, what the guides are saying, and your own message is that you definitely need soul retrieval. We speak of protection. This is protection for you. And again, it connects to this card here. It's about going within and, protecting yourself and taking that leap of faith that we spoke about up here. And as long as you're protected and you're connected to your higher self and you trust your gut feeling is what my guide's saying. And as long as you trust all those things, you can take a leap of faith. But you need to go within in order to trust that and to be able to connect to that source of yourself. And meditation is, of course, the way to do that. So definitely you need to meditate and learn to ground and protect yourself. Always. You should be doing that daily anyway. For those of you that aren't, you should be doing it. A lot of you know you should do it, but they're coming through that you're quite lazy with it. And trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And again, this speaks of that letting go, not worrying too much. Obviously, when we speak of someone that we've had a connection with before and that hasn't worked out, or, it has gone a separate way, there's always bumps in the road with connections, relationships, whatever label you want to put on it. And this is saying, don't let it dampen that. If your heart is telling you and your soul is telling you that this is worth another go, then go for it. Trust your path. You are divinely protected and guided. You need to go within more to realise that and to affirm that. But you very much are. And these are lovely cards. I'm going to pull a final one for you. Just say yes. Look at that. Just say yes. I'm so excited. I literally, that song, I'm so excited, woo woo. I can't believe I just started singing, sorry about that, people. But yeah, I am so excited for you because it's all so positive. You obviously came to this, what's coming through is you clearly came for this reading wanting and hoping that they were missing you. And let me tell you, they are in abundance in so much. So much, it's true. So yeah, you just need to go with it. Trust your own gut. And they're working on this, and this is obviously going to happen, but in order to prepare for that, the advice to remember for you is to really go within and start meditating and make sure that you're grounded and you're true. There's a lot of speaking your truth coming through, and I'm going to go back. It was the Queen of Feathers here, and that speaks of great truth, and that's a message as well. You have to be your true self. And by knowing who that is, people say, oh, no one is, you're lucky if you know who you are. You need to find yourself. And the way to do that is go within, meditate, really answer those questions in your own mind about yourselves. And it will lift your vibration and raise you higher and answer more questions. Answer more questions. It will also make you ask more questions, but it's just growth and growth and growth. And I'm just seeing you elevate, and that's what's needed. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Sending much, much love to you. I couldn't think of a more positive. Again, if you wanted to go into more depth about, more advice on the future of this or any questions that you might have, definitely hit me up for private reading. I've just started doing, opened up my slots below. You can find details in the description. But yeah, I look forward to hearing from you soon, or definitely, if you haven't already, click that subscribe and like button. And I've got lots of new cool content coming. Do let me know as well, what videos you'd like to see or what questions you'd like me to kind of get some answers for, regardless what it's about. I tend to focus a lot around love readings. I just love the energy that love readings bring. I feel a lot. I'm very much an empath. And when I read, I feel the energy that comes through, and it leaves me feeling so lovely. It's like I'm addicted to your energy. It is. It's your energy, in the readings, and this one has been particularly lovely. So thank you so much. But yeah, do let me know if there's any other questions that you would like answering. Awesome. Right, I'm going to let you crack on with your day. Enjoy, rest at mind, go within, meditate, and just smile, because it's nothing but great things. Thank you so much, guys. Again, remember to subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you back soon with another cool reading. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Hi, guys. For those of you that chose crystal number 2, this is your reading. So those of you that chose this beautiful amethyst point crystal number 2, we're looking at, do they miss you? So I want you to really take a deep breath in and really keep this person that you're thinking of at the forefront of your mind. I do use my guides when I read tarot, so really they act as just a trigger. And we'll see what messages I can get for you today. Right, so I'm going to really give these a good shuffle. I'm going to start with the Spirit Song Tarot, and these are just beautiful. I love this deck. They're just a lovely, lovely, lovely deck. And we'll see what... I'm going to try and pull as many messages as mentioned from the guys. So do they miss you? Do they miss you? Let's have a look. So, and I read all of these up, right? So I've got 7 of Shells, 10 of Feathers, 10 of Acorns. Just going to pull a few to start with. And we've got Strength. Right, let's have a good look here. Let me just confirm with my guides that yeah, okay, so getting straight to the point, and we'll go into it. They do miss you. They're definitely thinking of you, and they do still think of you. It was a case, what's coming through is it was a case of, I'm getting through that you're both, there's still a lot you both want to do, and certainly they still wanted to do a lot, and there was a choice, and it was almost like their ambitions got in the way of this connection, if that makes sense. We see the 7 of Shells here, and that definitely, you know, speaking of choice, it's speaking of a taking control almost, but still struggling there as well. Let's see what messages are coming through here. Little Chuan, help me out here a little bit. One thing that is coming through is that definitely this connection hurt them more than you think it did. So I think you kind of think that you came out the worst off of this, which, you know, it's no competition and there's no one that came better off, actually. I say he or she, whichever resonates with you, but they definitely, you know, feel and felt that pain as well. You know, there was a real recovery that was needed from them. We see that with the 10 of Feathers, and again, it's speaking of real recovery and transformation. So they've been doing a lot of soul searching and a lot of within. You know, this relationship or the ending to this connection definitely sparked them to go inwards and work on themselves. You know, they definitely, what I'm hearing before is there's a real lack of dedication and a real lack of responsibility surrounding your connection. You know, they were very flippant with it, is what I'm hearing, and they, you know, they didn't necessarily put you in at the core of the real, you know, at the core. They're important. They didn't put you at the top of their list, is what I'm seeing. So there's definitely a lot of soul searching going on with them. They do miss you, but they definitely, I think at the moment is what's coming through is that they just need to do a lot of inward searching of their own, you know, and this journey is going to be a long one for them. There's a lot for them to figure out. I very much get the feeling, I'm going to pull some more cards here, and it's taking great courage what they're doing right now. You know, you see we've got Strength here, and they're really going somewhere that they've never been taken before. So again, your connection was almost, what I'm hearing is your connection, I'm feeling is your connection was almost the springing board for them to kind of flip into themselves, which they've never done before. So, and that the initial hurt of what happened sparked that off. So they're in a whole world of discovery with themselves at the moment. We see the 2 of Crystals, you know, balance and adaptability, and that's exactly what they're trying to accomplish in their lives. They're trying to get this balance back for themselves and then equally, but it's almost, the message that's coming through is that they know that until they do that, they can't give you what you need. You know, they can't be balanced for you until they can balance themselves, is the message that's coming through here. Ooh. And we've got the Queen of Shells, peace and compassion. There's nothing but just beautiful, beautiful energy coming through in regards to you when they think about you. You know, you've done more than you realise for them. certainly the connection, then you realise it's really sparked, as I said, this big inward mission for them. And they think nothing but beautiful things about you, and it's almost like you bring a real peace to them. But again, there's this resistance from them at this point. See if I can get a little bit more. Yeah, you know, my guide's saying it's a resistance at this point because they don't feel that they're adequate enough for you. You know, they don't want to mess up again. And because of that, they still need to do some work. They don't feel ready yet because you're too special. And, you know, so it's not a case of they don't feel ready, they're mocking, they're playing with you. That's not what I'm saying. They don't feel ready. They don't feel adequate enough. I'm going to pull some Queen of the Moon Oracle. Let's see what a beautiful Queen of the Moon has to pull here. But you'll see there's a lot of shells in there. I mean, we've got actually one of every suit, but there's definitely a lot of love vibe there. And without a shadow of a doubt, they miss you. They miss a lot of qualities from you, is what I'm hearing. So that's really beautiful, and that's definitely something that you need to remember. Let's have a look what else we've got here. We've got purity and we have creation. Yeah, this is exactly what we've just confirmed. You know, we're speaking, this person's trying to find their purity. They're stripping everything back. It's literally like they're going back inward. It's like I can see them at the start of their journey as the fall that's coming through. I'm really picturing them as that fall, and, you know, the start of that journey. But they've got purity. This is what they want. But, you know, if you look at this picture here, their eyes are still covered. They're not quite getting my words muddled up. They're not quite there yet. But they're going inwards, and actually they're gaining purity through the third eye is what I'm seeing. And yeah, they want a new creation. They want this new thing with you. They want a new beginning with you. And again, we saw that with the strength character, the strength card over here. You know, that speaks of endurance. This is a long-term thing planned for them. So they don't see this initial. What comes through is I don't think they particularly are holding you in quiet regard as if, oh, so you're meant to hang around, which isn't great for you. But they're just so on this mission for them, you know, that's all they can do right now and all that they can see. Boundaries, you know, they are putting up these boundaries. They're worried that if you were to connect again, because there is so much love, that they could just envelope him, but they want it to be so right. I'm seeing a real perfectionist here, a real perfectionist of someone that really wants to not mess it up, because it's almost like they feel that, you know, they've got one more chance if they get that, and they don't want to mess that up. They're just not ready for it at this stage. But they miss you in abundance. They want you in abundance. And they're going, you know, to the extreme of going inwards to make sure that if they do enter a relationship and are lucky enough, is that I'm definitely feeling that that's not something they think is a given. That's definitely a message coming through. So it's not a given, but it's definitely something they hope for. And they hope for in a big way. But right now, they've just got a lot of inward work to do for themselves. I had to pull this because it was just, literally, it's been staring at me for the last minute or so. And it's the Five of Shells, hope and readjustment. And that's the best thing I can say. There's a new light bulb there, there's hope. But there is a lot of readjustment that's happening. Couldn't be more clearer than that. Let me get a few of the fairy oracle as well, and we'll see what they have to say. But they do miss you guys, but they're just on a real big path of their own. Let me know how this resonates with you. I know a lot of people, myself actually, that almost have a connection a bit like this. We've all been there, you know, when the timing's just not quite right, and it's all about our own soul discoveries. You know, everything happens as it's meant to happen is a message that's coming through for you here. Everything's happened as it's meant to happen. What's meant for you is meant for you. But yeah, do they miss you? Absolutely. Temptation. I'm going to put this down here with the boundaries. There's so much temptation. It says, are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says that you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. And that's for you. I think there's a real temptation to kind of just confirm this. Yeah, they're saying that, there's a real temptation in you, if you admit it to yourself right now, to kind of just go and hunt them down anyway and say, don't worry about it, now is the right time. And you're being told to hold on that. You have the power to overcome temptation, whatever it's, guys. And in this case, it might be a bit of that. So, they're saying that just be careful with that, because you don't want to push things, you don't want to try and manipulate situations. Everything should be as it's be. But do know that there's so much, there is love here, without a doubt. And then we've got fairy spotting, and this is just reminding you to take that faith of leap. And it's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite's true. Believing is seeing. So just trust that everything will work out how it's meant to work out, and that you are divinely guided. That's a big message that's coming through. I'm drawn to pick you out some work you'll like oracle cards as well. So I'm going to pick a few of these. Let's see. And these are Danielle Noel, designed by Danielle Noel, and it's Rebecca Campbell, oracle deck. They're great cards. I don't know if you can hear that little baby downstairs. Bless them. Right, we've got the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. And what's coming through, this isn't for you directly, and it's crossing the threshold of surrender and awakening. Oh, I said surrender because that's what my guide just mentioned, and then it said awakening. With this situation, we spoke about the temptation, and it's so easy to get so enveloped into what someone else is thinking in their journey that you need to kind of hold back on your own. You need to surrender to this temptation. The threshold is right there. It's the initiation. You just have to walk through. And, you don't need to worry about the time in between this connection possibly happening again, because you're going to be learning so much, but you're being called to surrender to this situation and awaken yourself. You've got energetic upgrades coming, a new way of being. This is you. So, it's a girl here, but, even if you're a guy, this is you. You're floating. A great awakening, and you've really been called to surrender to this situation. This is a lovely reading, guys, because there is so much love, but I can't help but feel that you're, what's the word? My guides can help me out. Impatient and frustrated with this situation. And that's why you've been told to just surrender. They're getting on with their thing, and they will do, and there's great love there. But you're being told to surrender and awaken. So you need to go within and look up on more about how to surrender to yourself and, raise your vibration and search. Go inward. You're asked to be awakened for you right now. Oh, what a beautiful reading. Guys, this is lovely. If you did want to go more into this, because definitely is a lot of work to do on your front, then definitely, hit me up for a personal reading. I'd love to do one for you because I think it's needed. I've just opened up my session, so you can check those out below. And, I think I start something like $21. So they're super cheap if you just wanted to ask a few questions. And then if you wanted obviously in depth, they go up. But yeah, you definitely need to kind of dig and do some real soul searching. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. They do miss you. There's a lot of love here. So it's a great reading. It's very positive. I always speak about feeling energy when I read, and I really do. And there's nothing but positive energy here. It's just frustration, and I get that. But all will be well. What's meant to be is meant to be as it's meant to be. Inward, surrender, and your own awakening. And let me tell you now, my guides are confirming you've got a journey ahead of you, a big journey ahead of you. So you've got a lot to be excited about, and it's an inward journey with you. Everything else will just happen. In fact, you're going to look back on this in time and giggle to yourself that you obsessed almost so much into what if, and you just need to surrender all of that right now. Guys, I'm sending so much big up love and light to you. Please subscribe. Don't forget to like, certainly if it resonated with you. I'm sending you so much love and light. And I will see you soon for another video. Do give me heads up if any videos that you think I should concentrate on in particular. Again, if you want a private reading, all that details are down below. But remember, surrender, and it's time to concentrate on you. And there's great things about to come for you. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye. Hi guys, if you chose crystal number 3, this lovely beautiful amazonite, this reading is for you. So we're looking at, do they miss you? So the first thing I want you to do is really just take a deep, deep breath and really channel this person. So just breathe in and out and really channel the person that you're thinking about. And we're going to have a look at, do they miss you? For those of you that haven't watched my readings before, I do predominantly and mainly read through my guides. So really the cards act as just a trigger, but we're going to be using the Spirit Song Tarot today. But yeah, you chose Amazonite, which Amazonite, it's a super soothing stone, Amazonite. You know, it's super calming, both for the mind, the brain, your entire physical self, as well as stress relief. So, you know, definitely perhaps feeling that you're a little bit stressed out about this situation, but this is here to remind you and soothe you, which is probably why you're attracted to this, because you need some soothing. Certainly the energy, as soon as we popped that crystal down, was that things might have been a little bit hectic for you recently. So sending you lots of love. I'm going to keep that one out. So yeah, let's have a look at, do they miss you? So we've got the Three of Crystals. We've got the Hermit. We have the Shadow. And we also have the Knight of Acorns. Right. So let's get straight into this. Sorry, I was just trying to channel my guides who are with us. So let's get some messages try and come through. So again, we've got Three of Crystals, which represents Pentacles. And also you've got the Hermit here as well. The Shadow, which would represent the Devil normally. And the Knight of Acorns. There's definitely... This person has just gone completely inwards. Completely inwards. There's a lot going on at their end at the moment. You see this buzzy bee symbol, and it really is, you know, the busy bee. And so there's lots going on with them at the moment. I, you know, get a feeling that they're maybe collaborating on some projects, or they're working on something that's productive in their realm. And I'm hearing that this is a big reason of why you haven't heard from them, perhaps. In regards to, do they miss you? I'm definitely getting, you know, you are on their mind, is the message that's coming through, but they've just got far more other things, if, you know, to be quite blunt with you. So they do miss you, but you're not on their mind an awful lot because they've got so much going on. And they're very much, you know, you've got the Hermit here, and exactly that, this lonely little koala. They're very much isolating themselves. Not isolating in a bad way, but they've just, their brain, I just see, is working at overdrive to get this done, basically. But yeah, we see a lot of, obviously we've got the Knight of Acorns here as well, which would normally represent the Knight of Wands, and that normally would say a lot of action and drive. But what's coming through is that there is all this, but it's not necessarily signaled in your direction. And then, of course, we've got the Devil as well here. They're very much about themselves at the moment, is what, you know, I just got to tell you, of course, the messages that we find and that come through. And unfortunately, they're just very much about themselves at the moment. There's definitely a care coming through. Let me pull a few more cards to clarify. But they're very much in themselves. So they do miss you, but they're almost too busy to think about it too much and miss you heavily. But let's just have a look here. So we've got Three of Shells, and we've got the Nine of Shells. I do read these cards upright. So yeah, we've got the Nine of Shells and the Three of Shells. So there's definitely, that you're definitely kind of there. It's not like you've disappeared out of their mind completely. And I get that I have a feeling that the kind of relationship that you had was quite a flirty and playful one. So I'm seeing a lot of playing. And definitely they could actually do with your energy for some release time, because they're just in overdrive right now. But yeah, they're full of... One thing I will say is, in regards to yourself, obviously you've got the Nine of Shells here, which is the Nine of Hearts traditionally. And they are very much filled with love for you still, in the sense that they have a lot of gratitude for you, is what's coming through. And, you know, they're feeling, they're very glad that they met you. They're feeling that you are somebody in their life that, without a shadow of a doubt, has made a dent, and in a positive way. So they're feeling a lot of gratitude towards you, but... yeah, they're just on this one-way kind of mission, absolute one-way kind of mission. But they absolutely, they do miss you. It's just you're not on their mind an awful lot. And again, that's nothing to do directly with you. It's to do with everything else that's going on in their lives. You know, that's kind of situation. And I hate to say it, because it's the worst thing, isn't it? It's not me, it's you. And this kind of, it's not you, it's me, sorry. in this case, it very much is that, because they're so busy with the, you know, this plan that they have. They're a busy bee. Let me put out another couple here. We've also got the Ace of Crystals, yeah, and we've got Justice. So there's definitely again, you know, this is their new adventure, this beautiful panda. Oh, I love the Spirit Song Tarot, sorry. They're so beautiful. But we've got the Ace of Crystals here, which would represent the Ace of Pentacles in a traditional pack. And really, I mean, you know, he's on the start of this journey, as I said. He's really, and there definitely maybe is a collaboration, but whatever he's on the start of, I say he, by the way, of course, whichever resonates with you, he or she, but they are on the start of a massive, massive journey. And for you, though, definitely coming through that there's, you know, you almost need some more clarity and truth from them. And at the moment, they're not giving it to you, and they're not giving it to you because you're not their priority right now, and that's the kind of downside. But there is love there, there is feelings there, and there is appreciation, and as I said, you know, they almost feel gratitude for your presence in their life. So, you know, it's not negative, it's just they're on other things. I'm going to pull some Queen of the Moon Oracle. I love these cards, and let's try and get a little bit more clarification here. Let's have a look. But there is a part of them that does miss you, which was the question to this. It's just they've got so much going on. So it isn't a no, they don't miss you. It's just that they're so busy to miss you. Do you know what I mean? Right, we've got surrender, and we also have trust. Surrender is something that, you know, was coming through for you. This is for you, this one, without a shadow of a doubt. And trust. You're being asked right now, and the message to you is that you need to surrender to this situation, because they are so busy that, you know, thinking about this, it's not going to get you anywhere. So you need to surrender to this situation. And when we do surrender, if you look at this beautiful lady here, you know, she's looking up into the stars, she's surrendering to everything that is, she's just being, and this is what you need to be more. And what the guides are telling me is that you really, really, really need to start meditating and going within and connecting with your higher self, because at the moment, that trust that you lack in them, it's coming through, that you lack trust in them as well. But it's in yourself that my guide is saying is the biggest message for you. Your own trust thine own self. You don't at the moment, and that's a really significant thing. He's saying, you know, that's a problem there for you, regardless of everything else outwardly. Inwardly for you right now, there's healing and surrender to be doing. So all I'm hearing is that you need to heal, and you need to surrender to this situation and just let it be. My guide is saying whatever is meant for you will be. Whatever is meant for you will be. So you just need to go within. And there's a lot of joy that awaits you as well. So, you know, in between whatever's going to happen with this connection, there's a lot of good stuff to go on. The unexpected. Expect the unexpected. And I will note that there's two people in this card. That's definitely, let me just confirm this. Yeah, we're actually looking at a different... Sorry, guys, this is so random. So you've come here to ask about one person, but we've actually had another person pop up there, unexpected. And I'm super happy, because you need to keep busy away from this situation is the message that was coming through, right? So me personally, I'm happy for this one for you. And gratitude. This is, again, it's not so much gratitude about others. It's a message for you within that's coming through. So you just need to give yourself a break and have more gratitude for you and who you are. And by looking after yourself more is what I'm hearing, not just, you know, outwardly in appearance and physical, but which is important, but inwardly in mind and spirit and body and soul. So you really need to start meditating. Just, you know, you've got a lot of surrender and self-trust and self-gratitude to work through. But there's an unexpected. I'm going to pull a card here because this is just too much. I need to know what this is about. Let me pull an actual tarot card on here. And I'm sure you want to know, because it's completely unexpected. It is. And we are looking, the message coming through, it's definitely a love interest. So let's have a look. How interesting. I love it when that happens. You come here for one reason and you just never know what's going to happen, do you? We've got the Seven of Acorns and the Wheel. Whew. So yeah, a big change is coming. A big change is coming. It's an unexpected change, and there is going to be a love interest there. they are just going to admire so much about you. But I'm hearing the biggest thing, we've got the Seven of Acorns. It speaks of determination and stamina almost. So they are just going to adore you for who you are, because you are someone that just, you know, carries on. But the message coming through from Spirit is, you know, with that carrying on, you just get on with it, and you do have a lot of stamina, but you need to apply that same amount of work to your inner self. Again, mind, body and spirit. And I'm talking about your mind and spirit at this stage. So again, more self-love. But yeah, there's a big wheel of change, and this person's going to sweep in, and they're just going to love you for you, or, you know, be super attracted to you. I mentioned the L word there. That's not necessarily, I'm just, you know, obviously this early stages, but they're massively attracted to that. I've got the Queen of Feathers, perception. Yeah. Oh, how exciting is this? So they see you as a complete powerhouse. That's for one thing. So whatever this new expected love coming in is going to be quite a powerhouse themselves. But in turn, that what I'm hearing is like attracts like. So they're going to be quite similar to you in your strengths. So the strengths that you have, they're going to be able to quite match that. And that's what they're going to be attracted to you and you. Oh, this is really exciting. And I'm so glad it's come along. And my guide is saying, you know, in regards to this situation, you just have to surrender for the moment. But there is love there. It's not all lost. They do care about you. I'm seeing that, and they have gratitude for you. But they're just too busy on their outward journey. But you don't need to worry about that, because you've got some cool stuff about to happen down here. I'm going to pull some fairy cards for you, and let's see what the fairies have to say. Oh, this is so super exciting. Of course, this is just a short reading on my YouTube, guys, but I have just opened my calendar for private readings. So if you follow the details below, I am getting quite booked up, but I still do have some room. So yeah, if you want a reading, hit me up. All the details are in the description, and we can look a bit further into either one of these. I'm more interested in this one, but of course, you know, any questions that you may have. So we've got Lost and Found and Protect Your Dreams. Oh, such beautiful cards. Look at this Lost and Found one. I love the fairy decks. They're so beautiful. What was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the Lost and Found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realised were lost. And you know, definitely a spirit, something that's coming through from Spirit is that this situation, this person, it's almost like that's the spirit that's talking about, that's coming through here. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to a Lost and Found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never realised were lost. And this person is definitely going to make you realise, you know, I think it's definitely going to be, let me just confirm and get some, yeah, Lutran completely agrees. You know, this person, and what he's saying now is that this person is going to be an absolute trigger for you in regards to this person, because they're going to make you realise the things that, you know, I think at the moment you hold this person on a bit of a pedestal, and they are great. You know, I'm getting no bad vibes from this person towards you or in general about them, but there are things that have been lacking, and, you know, my guide is saying you know that, but this person's going to kind of make you realise that a little bit more. And then we've got Protect Your Dreams. Oh, look at that beautiful fairy there, protecting her dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you are ready to release them. And this is just reminding you, you know, that you can't give all of yourself away. You know, when it's the right moment, you won't have to give anything, because it's all there. And, you know, in this relationship, it's definitely, you're giving a lot away in it. And there's no harm in that. You know, it's a beautiful, I'm hearing that you have such a beautiful open heart and beautiful, pure, I mean, I just see a big, white, shining, beautiful heart. But, you know, you lose yourself a bit, and that's the message that's coming through right now, is that you need to just go within, surrender to this situation. You've got lots of exciting things to come. Have gratitude and trust yourself and protect yourself, protect you and your dreams. But there's a lot of exciting things. I'm super excited. I hope you've enjoyed this. A little short reading today, but certainly a sweet one for you. I'm sending so much love and light and gratitude your way, because I feel energy when I read. So that's why I love doing love readings, because the energy is so lovely and pure, and you know, it leaves me feeling splendid. So thank you for that, because it's your reading that has left me with that feeling. So I hope you enjoyed this. Definitely comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Your support is so appreciated. And I will speak to you soon. Again, if you did want a private reading, just remember to hook up with me, in the details how to do so are down below. But big love to you. Also, if you've got any suggestions for videos or anything you'd like me to talk about in the future, let me know. You know, you are my subscribers, so yeah, this channel's for you, and to help you guys and myself in the process. But big love to you anyway, and I will speak to you soon. Take care, guys.